Hi, and welcome to Rise, Heal, and Grow. I'm Leah M. Hill. This show is a podcast production of Apollo Sunrise Center, which is a health, wellness, and spiritual retreat center in Merrimack, Massachusetts. On this show, we shine the light on those who nurture wellness and inspire positive change. My guest today is Catherine Kane. She is a longtime nurse, a sepsis survivor, and a holistic health coach. Welcome, Catherine.
Hi, Leah. Thank you so much. It's so great to be here. And congratulations on the success of your podcast.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Catherine. Yeah. It's nice because, you know, you and I have known each other for a number of years now, and we've been talking about, you know, our dreams, our visions, the things we want to do. So it's so great to be able to celebrate what we're doing together.
Yes.
And what we're going to do on the show today is learn all about you and all the things that you're doing as well.
That sounds great.
So first of all, I want to just talk about your 26 years as a nurse. That's incredible. That was a lot of time devoted to the care of other people. How was that like for you? Like, where did you start your journey?
Oh, well, I started right out of college. I was really lucky. I started June. I graduated in May, started June 1st at my first job, in Springfield, Massachusetts. The hospital used to be one building, and now it's I don't know how many. But that was my first job, and I was really lucky to start that. And then during the years, I just developed more skills and had different desires. Finally moved over to the Boston area, and that's where my career flourished. I went to graduate school, thinking that I wanted to do something else with that degree, but taking care of people, and that has always been my passion. I was also kind of going to culinary school at that time, but I always went back to nursing. So, but that's a story for another time.
Yeah, right.
But,
okay.
Yeah, but
different show.
Yes,
we'll do it again.
Yes, exactly.
Wow. And so from that, you then had an experience of septic shock that you had from a surgery. You don't have to go into detail about what it was, but it was a life-changing experience.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Oh, it definitely was. And I think I'd still be celebrating I don't know how many years, it would be 33 years of nursing if not for that episode that happened. I had a minor surgery that turned really, really bad, and I did wake up 11 days later after
11 days.
Yes, 11 days later after a medically induced coma, where I had 7 surgeries. It was I woke up. I was in the ICU. I was an ICU nurse, so unfortunately, I knew too much, and I knew exactly what was happening to me.
Oh my God!
And I'll tell you, it was. I could totally relate to my patients that I had taken care of from the medications. I could tell what things hurt going in, like the little injections. Also,
really? Oh my
I experienced
goodness.
a lot of hallucinations. It was really kind of
wow.
it was something. So I ended up being in the hospital I was in the ICU for over a month, and then I was in the regular floor for another 2 weeks or so. Wow. And and they wanted to. I really wanted to go home. They had given me the option. No, you can go somewhere to a rehab center, but I said no. After not sleeping in your own bed for over a month and a half.
And barely being able to move, it's not like you said. But I just cannot imagine that experience. So first of all, it's a traumatic experience for anybody.
Yes.
But for you, like you said, with knowing what was going on, what was happening, like what the medications were that they had to give you, and recovering from these surgeries, that is incredible. And knowing, and then having that, like you said, that first hand experience of what it feels like to be in that place.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And 11 days in a coma.
It was, I had no idea.
Oh my God. Right. So you just woke up, you had no idea what was going on until you realized your nursing training kicked in.
Exactly. Well, I saw the calendar on the wall.
Oh,
and I
so you knew.
said, oh, look, it's June 14th. I remember going in on June 3rd. And
wow.
So that was 7 years ago. And and it did make a big difference in my life.
Right.
As you can imagine.
Yeah, I imagine. Okay, so you recovered and you're healthy, and how did that like redirect your career and your life?
Well, I think I'm going to say the habits that I had before, I think that totally changed my life. I think that being a long distance runner helped me to find healthier habits.
Yeah.
It gave me a really supportive community. It just taught me a better way of eating, and fueling my body. And I had already had an online business where I was able to take advantage of the products and also to teach other people how to take care of themselves as well.
Right. So really you went from, being a busy woman, in this nursing career for many years, and then having this happen from what you went into thinking it was a fairly minor surgery. It wasn't major surgery, but it was fairly minor. Right. And then coming out with like this whole new perspective. I mean, you were already, aware of health and eating right and exercising. You were already a runner, like you said, and healthy. But then to have that shift after experiencing the trauma of the septic shock is no wonder it changed everything, and it redirected your thinking about health and wellness and also prevention, I imagine, too.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Even when I was working as a nurse, I could tell who was going to recover really quickly after surgery or after getting hit by a car or something like that. I could tell most of the time it was people who took care of themselves before, who had a really good attitude about themselves.
Right.
Also, yes, I think people say that you were so lucky, you were so healthy, but I think luck is not really part of it. I heard a quote, it was, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So
absolutely, I agree.
Definitely the little small steps that you can do every day, they compound into big things. And
right. So even if there isn't something major that happens like it did to you, it still affects your life. It's just, I think a lot of us don't focus so much on our health and prevention because of that, because we think, well, I'm feeling okay now, I feel okay today, so I'm going to have that, all the pizza or the wine or whatever, that we don't think about, not even so much a traumatic situation like you experienced, but just like what it's going to be like down the road of a time when we need to recover from an injury or something.
Oh, yes.
And it's harder to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, I am for having fun and enjoying food and all of that, but just also thinking about what are other healthier ways that I can have a good time to enjoy myself. I know I've met a lot of people who modify recipes so they're a little bit healthier and so it's
a lot of different ways to do that. Yeah, definitely. And do you think there's anything that we tend to like overlook a lot? I mean, we know, you got to drink your water every day and all that stuff, but is there something that from your experience and your holistic health coaching that you do, is there something that a lot of us just overlook that we really should pay attention to?
That's a good question. I think a lot of people overlook gratitude. I think a lot of, I think that is something, most of us, if you're watching this podcast, I think you're probably in a pretty good place in life, and you have a lot of things to be grateful for, and also having a good mindset, like a positive mindset going, because your mindset is really going to drive your actions on what you're going to do. So
Yeah, I think you're right. Thank you for bringing that up, because it is more than just drinking your water and eating the right food. And like you said, not taking all the fun out of it, being able to enjoy the party, like to party once in a while. But it really is about a mindset. It's a mindset shift, because I find that when I'm in the right mindset, I just naturally eat better and I naturally drink all I want. It really affects you even in those subtle ways, I think.
I totally agree. Yeah.
So when you're coaching clients that are looking for the holistic health aspect of it, are you, I assume you take all that into account, not just their food and their exercise.
Exactly. For my health coaching certification, we had something called primary food and then secondary food.
Oh.
And primary food was, secondary food was your food and your, I probably have this wrong, but it's your food and your exercise, a lot of people think that are really the cornerstones of your health and what makes up your health. But really, primary health is all the other things that feed you. So it's your mindset, it's the people you hang out with, it is what you allow into your mind a lot, how you move your body, your finances, a lot of other facters that you probably don't think about.
Probably spirituality or your faith as well, I would imagine.
Yeah, that too. Yes, that's another one.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes.
But and it reminds me of that book, and I know they made a documentary too about the blue zones, the places around the world where people tend to live over 100, and they live good lives. They're not just, they're still vibrant in their community. But that's one of the things that all that research came out, was that it's way more than just whether or not these blue zones where people lived were wine drinkers or not wine drinker, whether they had the Mediterranean diet or this diet or whatever. And it was really about the support system they had in their community and being a part of the community.
Yes.
That made such a difference. Yeah. To have support like that. But I'm sure you probably meet with a lot of people who are feeling like maybe it's too late to start, like someone who's like, well, I was never a runner, like you, I was never a runner, or I never really thought much about exercise. Do you have any advice for someone that just feels like it's too late, like why bother?
I do.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, I think there is so much information out there, and I think a lot of times why people won't want to start something is because there's too much coming at you and you think you have to do everything at once.
Yeah.
And so naturally when you're confused, you shut down. So I think one of the things is just, I meet with people and kind of see what their priority is. And usually when I meet with people, their priority is not their priority.
Oh.
It's usually something else.
So like they might come to you and say, my priority is I want to lose 20 pounds.
Yes.
Okay. But you're saying a lot of times it's not.
It is. Well, I'll say, why is that important to you, and what will happen if you do lose the 20 pounds? How will your life change, and how is that affecting your life right now?
Ah, right. So I might say I want to lose 20 pounds because, I want to feel better in my clothes, or I want to, wear my clothes that are hanging in the closet that I haven't worn because they don't fit, but I want to feel good in my body and my clothes, and maybe my confidence and in myself. And then you would say, well, maybe that's really the reason, is you're looking to build your confidence.
It could be that, or is it, is there the societal expectation that you should be looking a certain way?
Right, definitely.
So, but I always say it's not too late. I think just taking one step at a time, starting, there is one day or day one. And I think that
one day or day one.
Yeah. And so day one could be any time in your life. It could be starting with just maybe getting up and not having your phone at your bedside, moving it into a different room. I
Oh,
think
that's a hard one.
that
Okay.
makes
All right. I would have to start with that.
Okay, so
I'm
now
like,
I think
okay.
I'll get you an
Yeah,
alarm
I know.
clock, yes.
I think you're going to have to help me with that one. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Because, yes, we're so, addicted to all of our electronics and how we live our lives and our habits and everything. It's so hard to let those go. But I understand what you're saying. It's like if we could just start with one thing, just the one thing to get us on that road, and doing that one thing before something happens, before there's an illness or a traumatic experience, like you said, building it up from there.
Yes, yes.
So you also believe in like clean, healthy, not just eating, but clean beauty, like personal nutrition and what we put on our skin. Tell us about that, about what you do with that too.
Yes. Yeah, I'm really passionate about that because sometimes when you learn something, you just can't go back to the way things were once you have that information.
Yeah.
So as far as I had no idea, or I don't know if you did, that what you put on your skin absorbs into your bloodstream.
I learned that later, and I did not know that through most of my life, though. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, your skin is your largest organ, and what its main job is to detoxify. It takes out all the toxins. That's why you sweat. You have the toxins coming out of your pores.
Right.
And then we know that things absorb into your bloodstream when you put it on your skin because that's how nicotine patches work. That's how pain patches work.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
So it's fine over a short period of time, but over time, that little bit, it compounds into your bloodstream, things.
Okay.
And so many things that are commonly found that we can buy don't contain ingredients that are necessarily good for us, and that a lot of those ingredients are also banned in the European Union, in Europe. So
these are things that we sell, that we have on the store down the street, on the shelves in the store down the street, that we can just buy, and we think, well, it's got to be okay because it's available for sale, right?
Exactly.
But you're saying the difference is that our regulations are not as strict.
Yes, since I think 1934 or something.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
That was the last time.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Wow. So other countries have much more stricter rules about what's harmful, knowing that we absorb it through our skin, whatever. We're talking about, could be a moisturizer, a lotion, SPF, all those things that we put on our body and on our skin, even something like soap, right?
Yes.
Something like that, soap, shampoo, anything like that, where it's available here and we think it's okay and we buy it because maybe it's cheap too. It's probably cheaper than it is buying it, in another country or getting it from another country. But you're saying the difference is not so much in buying the one bottle of lotion, it's the years of using the lotion with those chemicals and additives and things like that.
Yes.
Those are the things that we need to pay attention to. So that's part of what you do with your clients, is more of an education as well about personal care.
It is, yeah. It is. That's my thing. I just want to educate people.
Yeah.
Let them know, because they have no idea. Like you said, yes, if it's commonly found, it must be fine.
It must
and
be
if
okay.
It says, if the labels say it's good for you, then it is. But yes, and the price is usually not a factor. There are a lot of things that are really high end that do contain those harmful ingredients as well as things that you can find at the drugstore.
Right.
So,
and also because I know you work with helping people on their gut health too, which is a whole other realm. I think a lot more complicated, I would imagine, than the lotions that we put on our body. But you also coach people on that, like how to understand their gut health and how to improve it?
Yes, yeah. So, yeah. And our guts, everybody's different, and it gets affected. Like if you were, when you were younger, if you had a lot of ear infections, maybe you took a lot of antibiotics.
Okay.
That can really affect your gut health as you grow up.
Oh, right.
Or just maybe you didn't eat a lot of vegetables, or there's a whole bunch of things, or just the environment that you grew up in that really helps. And we have heard, maybe you have heard, just lately how your gut and your brain are connected.
Connected, right.
It's sometimes referred to as your second brain.
Yeah, so give us an example of what that means for people. Like, how would that affect us?
Oh, sure. Well, one example that I heard is, say you're going on a podcast and you're a little bit nervous.
What an example. Okay.
And you feel really nervous, and you have those butterflies in your stomach, as they say, and then your face gets like really flushed and hot.
Yeah.
And just so you can see kind of how it's connected, like what's going on the inside is showing up on the outside.
Right.
And then also gut health shows up a lot with your mood, your sleep, your digestion.
Yeah.
A lot of, because most of the serotonin in your brain, you know about serotonin.
Yep.
That's the substance that makes you feel good.
Right.
A lot of that, maybe 80 or so % is manufactured by your gut. So if that's not working well, then it's not bringing up the nice, happy stuff up into your brain.
Right. Well, that too. And I swear, I noticed that when I have a lot of dairy in a certain week, I don't, if I just have too much to the cheese, the pizza, whatever, and maybe a little cappuccino here and there with the milk in it and all that thing, it really does affect my brain function. I noticed that even doing something like, a crossword puzzle or something that I can normally zip through, I'm like, it's like it slows down my thinking. I swear it does that. Yeah. So I don't know, maybe I just pay attention to that, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's good that you notice.
I noticed that,
Yes, that's what I want to create also, an awareness of how our food affects us.
And it came to me years ago when I was working, and I had not had dairy for a long time. I had gone off it for a while, but then I had whatever it was, cappuccino, whatever, hot chocolate, something, on the way to a meeting. And I had to do, in this meeting, we were doing simple math, figuring out how old somebody was based on their birth date. And it was I couldn't even do simple math in my head. Wow. I'm like, what happened? And I really think that's what it was. I think it somehow affected my processing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow,
so
that's pretty profound.
I got to pay attention to that more. Yeah. But I do still have dairy, and I still had the cheese, but it was something that I hadn't had it for a while, and it just slowed everything down. So it was really, I don't know. Wow. It was just really interesting. But anyways, you have a 30-day nutrition program to help your clients with. What is that?
Sure. It is it's through, I'm an independent consultant with Arbonne, so it is through our company, and it's wildly successful. It has so many testimonies. What it is, it goes on to what you were saying. Oh. So we avoid allergenic or addictive foods. So big on the list is dairy.
Dairy, yeah.
Yeah, gluten, soy.
Oh, soy, yeah.
Processed foods.
Yep.
We just take a little break because our liver and our digestive organs, they need a break sometimes. We say, we have an analogy of a bathtub, and when your bathtub is draining fine, everything goes. You're able to drain out the bathtub.
Right.
But when it gets clogged with all the junk and everything, then of course, then it starts to overflow. And that's when you start to feel the symptoms of maybe you're very sluggish, and maybe you're not sleeping well. Maybe you are having skin issues, joint pain, things like that.
So you might not even coordinate with, or correlate with something you're eating or something you're doing. So you're saying taking the 30-day break from those things, and then during that time we would take the supplements and vitamins during those 30 days to help support us.
Yes.
So it's not like our body's whoa, what happened here? So to help us so that we feel better.
Exactly. Oh, so we also focus on eating whole foods.
Okay.
So whole foods are just things that you buy at the grocery store, on the outer parts of the grocery store.
The perimeter, yes.
Yes, the perimeter of the grocery store. All I can think of is sweet potatoes. So you're going to get your vegetables, you're going to get your healthy proteins, your lean proteins. We do have some supplements that help you with your gut health and also to give your digestive system a break by having, it's not a program where you're like drinking shakes all day and all of that.
But I mentioned it helps like just to help people break free from like the sugar cravings, you know, the ups and downs, the dramatic ups and downs in the blood sugar levels. It just kind of evens that out.
Yes.
So people have had success with that.
Definitely, yes. And then having more energy, better digestion, better sleep. For me, it definitely helped my sleep. It helped me identify foods that were not helping at all. It might be kind of controversial, but coffee was not my friend.
Really?
For some reason.
Oh my gosh. And what would I do without my coffee?
I know, but for some people it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know how I worked overnights I had coffee, but then we have our energy drinks that are definitely help with that. But and your example of being aware of how dairy
how it affected
you, that really was really eye-opening to a lot of people, and it also was eye-opening to me as well.
Right. So, once you let it go for 30 days,
yes.
then you notice the change, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you reintroduce things one by one, and then you see how it affects you. And
it makes sense.
So,
All right. So let's also talk about part of the holistic health coaching that you do is, in addition to the nutrition, the personal care, the gut health, you're also a certified ChiRunning and ChiWalking instructor.
Yes.
So what is that?
Okay, it's really awesome. I really love talking about this. It is ChiWalking and ChiRunning is a technique that helps you to be in proper alignment with your body. It is, it combines the movement principles of Tai Chi, which I never took, but the founder of the co-founder of ChiRunning did. He was a practitioner, but he saw that everything, movement, the most powerful movement starts from your center. And that.
So like here, low in your core.
Exactly. Yes. Actually, yep. It's like right below your belly button.
Okay.
And that is where your chi, CHI, or your energy is contained. And so what you do is just align your body so the chi can flow unobstructed. And that in that way that you are letting your center lead you instead of your legs leading you. And so that helps to prevent injuries. It makes you move more efficiently.
Right. So, I bet it helps with pain too. You know, like people that are in pain, you know, even while they're walking or going from sitting to walking or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so ChiWalking is also that, and because I know a lot of people get a little bit intimidated when we talk about running, but I have taught people how to.
Yeah.
So even with the walking, I don't want people to miss out on being on a trip and saying, no, I can't go with you to the museum because my knee hurts or I'm in pain, and I don't want them to miss out on life. And I think movement is definitely such a strong link to longevity. So that's why I really enjoy.
That's great. That's such a great example of just, I totally get that. There are probably a lot of people that miss out on opportunities of doing fun things or being with friends and family because they're afraid that they won't be able to walk or that they're going to be in too much pain.
Yes.
So you can teach people how to walk in a way that, you know, again, they don't have to take up running. They can just walk in a healthy way that prevents injuries, but also relieves their pain.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Definitely. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, I know. I did have some skeptics. I had taught a few 5-week classes at the YMCA in Reading, and I'm going to be starting again in January.
Great.
But I know that some people were like, how are you going to teach me how to walk? I know how to walk.
But then you do it.
But then, yes, and then they come to me and they tell me oh my gosh, I lie in bed and I don't have the hip pain anymore.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
And I taught them about nasal breathing and they said, oh my gosh, that totally changed my life.
Right.
And so it's really just fulfilling to hear things like that.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great. Well, tell everybody how to work with you, how to find you, and if they want to work with you and get some coaching and advice from you.
Okay, thank you. Well, you can find me on LinkedIn, and I'm also on Instagram at Catherine, my name, _R_Kane. I do have a website, intelligenthealthcoaching.com. But you can also, send me a message, and we can find out if I'm the right person to work with you. And I'd love to just hear about you starting out your journey and how I can support you with that.
Yeah, well, I love that because you cover all these different aspects of our lives and our health, from the nutrition to the personal care to the walking and running and being healthy, and gut health too, which is huge. So there's a lot of support that you bring to the table as a health coach.
Oh, thank you.
That's great. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you for being here today. We're so glad to have you on the show,
this was
Catherine.
A lot of fun.
Thank you. I loved it. And thank you, all of you, for watching or listening here today on Rise, Heal, and Grow with Leah M. Hill. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe on whatever platform you're joining us on. And also stay tuned for lots more episodes coming up soon.